Good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's Eric Coffin, Hard Rock Analyst. I'm here at the November 2021 Metal Investors Forum in Vancouver. Happily, we're doing live again after 18 months of COVID. I'm here with my friend Tim Moody. He's the CEO of Plan Global Resources, PGZ on the venture, and PGNRF in the US. Pan Global has been drilling a really exciting project in the Iberian Pyrite Belt of Spain. The project name's Escacena, but the area that's being drilled is, everyone just calls it La Romana. Tim's had fantastic success. He hasn't really been missing any holes. I think he's up to hole 100 now, but there's a lot of target down dip. There's a lot of target along strike. You've got this other target to the north. Any day now you'll get El Andalus, which is another 8 or 9 gravity targets. And it seems like, every time you've drilled a gravity target, you've hit mineralization. So, you've had this great news flow, two drill, he's going regular results whenever the assay lab would actually give them to you. But going forward, so what, starting today from November 2021, what's the plan from here?
Yeah, so at La Romana, the idea is to continue the drilling until we run out of places to drill, or we need to get further access or whatever. But the idea is just to keep the drill rigs going while we're still hitting mineralisation, see how big the deposit might be, and then look to convert that to a resource, and that could happen sometime next year.
Right.
Our priority has been not putting out a resource just yet, but more about seeing how big it is, and then it won't take much to convert to resource given the drill spacing we've been doing. So that's one thing. The second is the exploration along strike. So we've got more geophysics planned, particularly going to the east, because we've got at least another 1.5 kilometres to go along that trend. And then we've also got some metallurgical test work. So hopefully we'll have those results by the end of the year. That's the first look at how the mineralisation will behave, and enable us to know what to focus on.
Yeah, there's nothing, from the core and everything I've seen, I don't see anything that looks weird in there.
That's right. I think where we're going to have to work is what cutoff can we use for tin?
Right.
It's cassiterite, which is good, but what's the lowest grade we can reasonably get the tin out as well, because that could really add quite a bit of value to the deposit. But the good thing is it's cassiterite. It's a high density mineral. It's good for gravity separation and so on. But anyway, so stepping outside of La Romana, we've got with the El Andalus area, another 10 targets, and most of which are in that area. So the plan is it's a multifaceted exploration program, including a large detailed airborne electromagnetic and magnetic survey.
Right.
That will help us to directly target and prioritise which areas to follow up with ground geophysics.
Right.
In parallel to that, we're starting ground gravity, our own detailed gravity survey over the entire area.
Okay.
As well as some geochemistry over a couple of the targets in the north where we've got outcropping mineralisation, really interesting areas. And then also at the La Jarosa target, where we've got an old drill hole with 9.5 metres at 1.4%, to do some electrical geophysics almost day one, when we've got the piece of paper from the mines department, and then drill.
So you mentioned that you've got like 1 kilometre plus to the east. You're going to be doing some work there. The last drill plan that you put out with more good holes, as always, you did show zonation on there. Sort of the west was sort of copper tin, middle of it section was mainly copper, and then as you went east, you were sort of trending into more zinc. And I'm assuming you guys are going to stick to your knitting. It's copper and/or copper tin, even better, is what you're looking for. Where would you go there if it's trending towards zinc if you're going east?
Yeah, so zinc in these systems often sits on either the top or the peripheries of the copper system. So.
Right.
So it does suggest, at least at shallow depth, that we're hitting the edge, getting more zinc.
Right.
But at depth, it looks like the system's still open. The geophysics is showing that, and the drill holes which have hit copper mineralisation, off to the northeast are still saying the copper part of it's still open in that direction. So what we don't know is, does it re-emerge as we go further to the east? Does the copper system come back to life?
Right.
Come closer to surface again? So which can happen. So these things can be multi-centred and still follow the same horizon. The old IP results from Exxon show an anomaly continuing another 1.5 kilometres off to the east. So that's what we need to do.
And you sort of have this, you have this northern target too. This is very strong secondary chargeability anomaly. I think you were going to get a couple of holes into that. I mean, would part of the plan be to maybe throw some more holes at that, try to see? I mean, I assume your preference is near surface. I assume is just try to find things you can chase to surface if possible.
Yeah, shallow near surface mineralisation is like gold. It's gold, and it's really a bonus for us. So we've got two chargeability anomalies, two trends. It looks like two separate ones that look parallel to La Romana.
Right.
One's about sort of 400 metres to the north, another 400 metres again. So we initially planned just one hole on and we've now expanded that to 4 drill holes. Okay. We've completed the first 2 holes on one profile, and then we've got 2 more holes. The idea of those holes, and that's hopefully we'll hit some mineralisation, but do we see alteration or other indications that would I guess encourage us to do more drilling on those and do more exploration on those targets.
And you maybe do some downhole there to try to see if you can pick up
downhole
conductor plates?
All of that, see if there's something off hole, something nearby as well. So we'll hit it with everything basically. Okay.
Great story. Pan Global Resources, Iberian Pyrite Belt, it's the land of the giants when it comes to VMS, volcanogenic massive sulfide deposits. A lot of the great mines are in this belt. It looks like Tim and his crew have found another one that I personally think has got the potential to be great. I've been telling subscribers for a year now that La Romana is going to be a mine. I just don't know how big a mine it's going to be, but it's going to be one. And he's got 10 other targets that basically look the same as La Romana that he hasn't even hit yet. 2 drills going, lots of cash, constant news flow, great story. I think the market's really going to get behind it when El Angeles gets granted and people see the rig count go up a little bit and they realize that the news flow is going to get even stronger going into next year. So thanks for hopping over the Atlantic to present here today. And great story, guys. Pan Global. This is when you really got to be on. This is one of my favorite copper stories.